At the time when I really first started writing songs, it was to help me grieve a loss of one of my really dear friends, Simon Illa. And that was at the beginning of January. That was January 2022.
Okay.
And he was an amazing producer, songwriter, vocal arranger, all these things. And I started to write songs after his, passing to kind of help me to heal, just to like pour out everything that I was feeling into just words, because I felt like I had all these emotions and I just didn't know what to do with them. And, I don't know if anybody in here has experienced grief. I know, at this point in life we have at some level, but that one was like, there's just a new level of it. Like, it was very hard for me. So I just wrote songs. I did a lot of yoga and eventually, I started to write things that I actually liked, and I was like, maybe I should try this, So also that year, I went to Wireless Festival with Summer Walker. I was working as set designer for her tour that year, and I was just very inspired by all the artists I saw. I got to see SZA, got to see the artist H.E.R, and of course, I was there with Summer, and I was just like, wow, like, maybe I should try to take this more seriously, and being out there in London, I was just very inspired. Like, it's something about the energy of that place. Like, I see why so many great artists come from London. So I just had fun. I was out there going on dates, I was just living life. I wasn't even writing a lot, and I came back and I could not stop writing songs. I could not. I wrote songs for like 10 days straight after that trip, and I was like, oh, Junk, like, I see, like, I need to record this, So that's what I wrote. I wrote King of Lies after that trip.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah, I feel like grief, specifically, like losing somebody, like, it's so clarifying about life and, like, the, how short life can be, but also what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I've had those moments, too, after losing somebody, and the fact that, like, not just this inspiration came out of that, of writing, and then you went and what had been, it sounds like kind of the foundation that had been set by writing then started to bloom when you were in a place to receive more of that inspiration and creativity, this trip to London. And so you mentioned King of Lies, that's your debut single. Dropped in August, right?
Yep.
Tell me about more of what made you write that song, because, the person described in it sounds low-key terrible, but like somebody we have all probably come across, dated. So tell me a little bit more about the inspiration for that song.
Well, thank you for asking. So at the time, I was mad at a guy, obviously, when I wrote that song, and I just was like, I want to say everything that I want to say to them right now. Like, let me write all of that down right now, because I just need to get it out my mind. Usually, like, when I'm mad now, I have grown. I don't really always try to project onto people anymore.
Okay.
So I'll usually just take my journal and just write out all the things I want to say. Like, it don't matter how mean, whatever, nasty, get it out, So I was like, let me apply that to my songwriting, in this moment. And then I was just like, like, you think you a king? All right, but I'm going to tell you what you're the king of. And I just started writing out all the stuff that I thought that they were the king of at the time. And then I wrote more than what y'all hear in the song. I wrote a lot of king of whatever. And then I was like, all right, let me just break it down. Let me, like, pull some of this out and structure it. And then I came up with the melody, like, you're the king, you're the king, you're the king of. I had that first. That's all I had. So I went to Pat, who's also a friend of Simon's, my friend who transitioned.
Right.
And I was like, Pat, I got these words, I got this melody, like, let's see what comes of it. And he made the beat just to that little part of the melody. And then all the words just instantly flowed for the rest of it. It just came together.
Okay.